gorgeous alien women on a distant planet in a galaxy far, far away, waging war with each other as well as threatening the Earth and all humanity with total destruction. Murderous Martian monsters creating mayhem, chaos, and panic, striking fear and hysteria in the public on Main Street, USA. Even a big-time shootout between cops and robbers on some dark, seamy street corner in the constant test of wills between the good guys and the bad guys. That was the campy but creative mindset in the first half of the 20th century. The genius, the universe of pulp fiction writers during the golden age of storytelling. Pulp fiction. It was a fantastic avenue for anyone to escape the mundane routine of their daily life and go off into a world of gangsters and good guys, cowboys and cattlemen, spaceships and star travelers. For just one thin dime, anyone could read from the imaginative pens of some of the best American writers and storytellers of that thrilling era. It wasn't until after World War I, and more especially during the Great Depression, that to satisfy the hunger and need of the masses to escape their harsh realities, there was literally an explosion of cheap magazines at every newsstand, containing a wide variety of spicy, fantastic, mind-boggling, fanciful tales, which was given the term pulp fiction.
The thing about the writers who were working in the pulps was that they were writing what was considered disposable fiction, trash. I mean, most of these stories, you'd read them and throw them out. And yet, the top writers in these fields, whether it's westerns or science fiction or horror or mystery, they're now considered the literary giants of the 20th century.
As the torrent of pulp fiction magazines published at the time continued to burst forth, some magazine editors began to demand that writing be held to a consistently higher standard, imposing greater rigor and better storylines. For example, in 1939, one of the best writers of that period, John W. Campbell, was hired to edit the science fiction pulp Astounding magazine. He had a scientific background as a student of nuclear physics. He told the best science fiction writers of the time to gear up and write more intelligent stories for a more intelligent readership.
It was really a community at that point, back then, of Sturgeon and Ray Bradbury and L. Ron Hubbard and Heinlein and Arthur C. Clarke. It was a club, and they hung out together, they bounced ideas off each other. The magazines were basically our window looking into their clubhouse of imagination and excitement.
Science fiction became more than just a subgenre of the pulps. It became an important entity unto itself. It was a harbinger, a precursor, a messenger of what might happen in the future of mankind. It offered an examination and a crystal ball of possibility. It almost taught science to the scientist. It made futurists out of scientists, whose thoughts opened up new potentials, new aspects of hard science.
And from there you have the movie makers starting to make the films which show those possibilities, and all of a sudden the larger population says, well, you know, maybe humanity is something greater than just the day-to-day struggle for survival and standing in breadlines and struggling for a job. Maybe we can be more as a race than just the day-to-day striving to eat and procreate. And I think without these pulp magazines, you know, we may not have gone to the moon. We may not have these wonderful adventures. Mankind would not, I think, be as great as it has become, thanks to these works of fantasy and science fiction. I'm so glad the writing that these men did in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s is still with us, to be enjoyed, to be cherished, to be something we can pass on to our children and grandchildren.
Gripping plots where heroes dare make you feel though you were there. Characters jump out from the page, stories from the golden age, westerns from the Texas plains. It's real, you feel you're at the range. Bullets flying fast and I better dodge the lead or you might get shot. But stories from the golden age, compelling you from page to page. Vivid and bold, they must be told. Stories from golden age.